can say hi to the people at the desk.
Okay, so if we think about how many times when we're driving in the car, we hear, when are we going to get there? When are we going to get there? When are we going to get there? And we say, stop asking me. Well, it's the unknown. But if you can provide something that lets kids know exactly how long things are going to be and what's going to happen, the anxiety decreases. And if you have a social story, they can answer those questions themselves. They can pick up their book, they can pick up their device, and they can review that social story without having to ask you a million questions. Okay, so there are some essential elements to a social story. You want to answer some basic questions. Where are you going to be? When are you going to be there? How long is it going to take? What's going to happen? That what's important not only is what is going to be happening in the environment, but what is going to be expected of me? What am I going to need to do? Okay, here's where some if-then phrases can be really important, okay? So for a child to know, if a friend waves hi to me, then I can wave back, I can smile, or I can just keep walking, giving them some options to help them be comfortable. In addition, you need to find that right balance between being general and being specific, okay? Because we don't exactly know what's going to happen in a situation. We don't know that a friend's going to say hi. They might say hello. They might say hey, okay? We need to make sure that we build in some generalities so that a kiddo doesn't get stuck on, wait a minute, you said that they were going to say hi and what I could do then. You didn't say they were going to say hello and what my options were in that situation, okay? So we have to have some generality, but we also need to have enough specifics that they have the information they need to feel supported and to feel like they know what's going to happen. Okay, now you may be concerned, what if I do something wrong? Okay, we all make mistakes. It's all right. Learn from our mistakes. If I wasn't specific enough, then I learn from that and I say, I've now learned that my child needs to be more specific, or maybe I need to be more specific. Maybe it's about me. Maybe I went to that presentation and I didn't think of a certain situation and then I felt unprepared and I realized I need to prepare myself more, right? Or maybe it was too specific. Maybe I spent too much time on it and it was actually produced more anxiety because I had so many specifics in there. We just learn from our mistakes and it's all right. And we also need to admit our mistakes. That's one of the things that we can do to help all of us understand it's okay to make mistakes. Sometimes we have this really high bar for ourselves. And when we don't meet that perfection bar, then we feel like it's the end of the world. But when we see everybody else makes mistakes too, it's easier for us to understand, hey, we all make mistakes. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing these videos in one take. If I make a mistake, you're going to see it. You're going to see me recover from it. You're going to see me move on. And trust me, I'm sure you've noticed, I've made plenty of mistakes. And it's okay. We all do, right? So remember, social stories are an antecedent intervention. That's something that we can do ahead of time that's going to reduce anxiety to help us keep calm so that we can solve problems. It does that by letting us know where we're going to be, how long we're going to be there, what's going to be expected of us, and what's going to be happening around us. We have to find that balance between being general enough and being specific enough. And there's different types, right? Depending on who that social story is being written for, whether it will work better in electronic format, a single page with some general pictures, like maybe pecs, or very specific photographs, even illustrated by the child themselves. Keep in mind, not all social stories even need to be on paper, right? Sometimes it's just a matter of making sure that we take the time to say, hey, today we're going over to the Smiths for dinner. I don't know what Mrs. Smith's cooked for dinner. If you like what she's cooked, of course you may eat it. If you don't like what she's cooked, you can just say, no thank you, I brought my own snack. That's why we packed your snack and why I let Mrs. Smith know sometimes you don't like to eat what other people have cooked, right? Just kind of that plan ahead of time. Sometimes it can just be verbal so everybody understands exactly what's going on and what is expected. And you know what? Expect there to be mistakes. We all make mistakes. It's okay. Just learn from them, okay? So if you have any questions, let me know. There's a lot of resources on the internet about social stories. Sometimes you can even find free downloadable ones. So you may want to look there first so you don't have to reinvent the wheel. But social stories can be a very powerful antecedent intervention that can help us stay calm in the moment.